If Stafford wins the MVP and wins the Super Bowl,
that's it.
Where do you put him on the all-time ranking list? Is he a first ballot Hall of Famer?
Yes, 100% yes. He already is.
Is he better than Eli with a Super Bowl?
Yes.
With a regular season MVP?
If he gets 2 Super Bowls, he's better than Eli. Hell, you can argue that right now he's better than Eli Manning.
I wouldn't, but I could see the case, especially if he wins the regular season MVP. Like Eli never did that.
And also Eli never aged gracefully.
Is he better than Big Ben?
You are in that territory now because you're talking about here's the weird part about it.
Favre? Like how high can we go?
The territory that you're getting in, let's just name the ones he ain't better than. He ain't better than Tom Brady. Okay. Now he ain't better than Joe Montana. Okay.
Peyton Mahomes, 3-4.
Yep. I mean, yeah. So
Rodgers.
Now that's the conversation we're having because he only has 1 Super Bowl, but at the same time, it's to me. Here's
4
the
MVPs.
Thing. The thing that I say about this, there are two players to me that could have never won a Super Bowl, and they're always going to be goated in my opinion. Dan Marino and Aaron Rodgers because of physical skill set. The fact that Dan Marino threw for 5,000 yards in like the fucking 80s and 90s is stupid to say the least.
And Rodgers was just utterly dominant when
literally there was no quarterback. There was literally no quarterback better when Aaron Rodgers had that when he was throwing barely 6 interceptions
season
a year.
To season. Rodgers was typically the best quarterback in his era.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
like Tom Brady was greater,
and and on top of that too, like people tend to forget Aaron Rodgers made that team look a whole lot better than it actually was. Like let's not. He ain't lose those games. Last time I checked, it's 22 players make a fucking starting lineup, and he's only one of them. And he made up for a lot of the deficiencies.
There are a couple games that you think that Rodgers should have had, and he didn't have great games. But for the most part, I would agree that it was the Packers.
Yeah, the fact that the fact that 21 other players didn't step up for him is the concern that I would say I would have for that.
Here's where I would put Stafford. He's if he wins the Super Bowl, wins the regular season MVP, he's right there with Breeze in the back end of that top 10.
He's above Breeze.
Think so?
2 Super Bowls, yes.
I think an MVP he's better than Breeze.
Yep. I would have that because you compare him to all 1 Super Bowl winners. The first thing you'll do. And he's
not
MVP.
Rodgers.
Yeah, he's not beating out Rodgers or Marino on that standpoint. You can have the argument for Marino, but at the same time, that's also people who may or not watched who Marino was, and I totally get that. Same thing with like Brett Favre too. A lot of people didn't really see Brett Favre like that, but Brett Favre was fucking utterly dominant for as old as he was. I mean, when he was on the Vikings, he was still a freaking stud. If he wins an MVP, he's better than he's better than Drew Brees, but not better than Brett Favre. If he wins a Super Bowl, if he wins a Super Bowl and MVP, now we're talking about better than Big Ben, better than Eli Manning, better than Drew Brees, better than Brett Favre. You are in the conversations now of no Elway. It's hard because like that.
I think Stafford would be right there.
Yes, he would be in that realm of like that. I mean, same thing with Steve Young. Like you're in that territory of like he could be top 10 of all time. You're in that conversation now. You're in the conversation. You are not if with an MVP you're like right there maybe at 11 and 12. But if you win MVP and Super Bowl, bro, it's because here's also determining factors. One, they won Super Bowls because of him. And he also won it when a lot of people thought he was washed or like he wasn't at that territory. When he got traded to the Rams, he was what? Potential Hall of Famer. Potential.
Like he was like Matt Ryan. Yeah.
Yeah, he's Matt Ryan without a Super Bowl appearance. And at that point, you would technically take Matt Ryan's legacy before his, because at least Matt Ryan went to the Super Bowl
and had an MVP.
And exactly. And now you're in the now once he won that Super Bowl, you're like, oh, okay, shit. Now he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. And now what he's doing now, shit. It's now you're in the conversation. Is he a top 10 quarterback of all time? And I'm it's hard to argue it. Like I said, you got Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes, and this is in no particular order. Aaron Rodgers, Montana, and then like that to me is the 5 definitive. Like those 5 are so definitive is hard. The only way he jumps Patrick Mahomes, and I'm gonna shit you not, if he somehow stays and wins another Super Bowl next year. Highly unlikely, but for what he has done in his later career, I would even argue this. His second Super Bowl this year is more impressive than Peyton Manning's second Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And you can have, if it wasn't for Peyton Manning's MVP bullshit, like, let's be real honest. I'm taking Matthew Stafford in the Super Bowl, not Peyton Manning.
How could you not? Yeah.
And I could not talk any more highly of Matthew Stafford. He was given a piss poor fucking franchise to be at for the Lions. He aged gracefully in this league, which was very much the opposite, right?
For a guy who got his ass kicked his entire career.
Literally got his ass kicked. Like, they gave him no fucking help at the Lions. He somehow got better without Megatron, which is insane. And then when the Lions were moving on to a different direction and kind of literally, you're not a part of this, like, and you gave your blood, sweat, and tears for that, like that, because that's kind of the conversation that happened, right? It was very much like he wanted to retire a Lion. He wanted to be faithful. He wanted to bring a Super Bowl to Detroit.
When they hired
MCDC?
when they got rid of Patricia,
yep,
Stafford was like, "I'm good." It was at the end of. Yeah, he did request that trade, but I think the Lions were going to look to trade him anyway. But
yeah, it was just so like, and for him to write that narrative of his legacy, to go to LA and to be the reason why they won, not just be a part of a cog of a machine, right? It wasn't like he was carried by Aaron Donald. It wasn't like he was carried by Cooper Kupp. It wasn't none of that. And on top of that, he continues to be great after the fact. And the fact that we are having a conversation that a guy drafted first overall in 2009 at the University of Georgia is about to be an MVP on, how old is he? Like 30?
37, 38?
Bro, stop it.
37. He'll be 38 the week of the Super Bowl.
So he will be 38 years old. What was, I'll look this up here, but like, can you give me his stats really quick in this season so far at 38?
2,800 yards, 30 touchdowns, 2 picks.
So, I mean, Peyton Manning kind of looks better than him at 38. Peyton Manning was 12-4, 4,700 yards, 39 touchdowns, 15 interceptions.
I think Stafford will get that touchdown number, and he's going to throw less picks. I don't know if he's going to get the yards.
Mm-hmm. And at a 66%.
Yeah, Stafford.
And then where Peyton Manning, and when he turned 39, 7-2, 2,200, 9 touchdowns, 17 interceptions.
Ugh.
I'm telling you, when you fall off, you fall off. It's not fun. And I would say, and he didn't, and Peyton Manning didn't win a Super Bowl in his 38th year, and he did not win an MVP that year. He only made the Pro Bowl on his 38th year.
Yeah, he got bounced in the divisional, the Colts.
Mm-hmm.
But
so I would say, I would give him like the, I think he's up there in that conversation of top 10 quarterback of all time. And you couldn't want it to happen more to a guy who how much adversity he has gone through that is called the Lions franchise.
He's the real nine.
The fact that I'm like, thank you. The fact that I'm like, the way that I'm describing his adversity is just literally playing for the Lions in the late 2000s. Like, that's what it really was. Yeah, Jim Schwartz era, and then was it Caldwell when he had, like
Patricia.
He made those guys look a lot better than they fucking were. except Patricia. And
There's no making Patricia good.
exactly. Like it's God bless him, man. Like it much deserving. Super deserved.
All right.